We are electric football and we need to be loved, just like everybody else does. Stu Pace, my boy Luke, Steve Brown, week 17, end of the NFL season.
For most of us.
Unbelievable how quickly this has gone.
It really is.
Since Stewart's going to drink, I'm going to go ahead. Browns, Bengals, meaningless game. Browns by more talent. Stu?
I'm taking the upset here. You know what? I don't like the Browns and what they've been doing, and quite frankly, they're a hot mess. I'm taking Cincinnati just to win one. They've already got the number one draft pick sewn up,
Yeah,
so
they
it
got
doesn't
Joe
matter.
Burrow.
So a win wouldn't hurt them.
Okay. Yeah, Browns are a white hot mess. Odell Beckham really fitting in well there.
Yeah.
Luke, Browns or Bengals?
Browns.
All right. Dolphins at Patriots. Go, Tim. Oh, Tim's not here.
Yeah.
Oh, recovering from the flu. Feel better,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah, the flu.
Yeah, he probably got arrested for smoking weed.
Go, Stu. Stop, Luke.
There's no miracle in Miami this year. The Patriots need the game to stay the number 2 seed. Miami needs the loss to hopefully move up 1 or 2 more spots, depending on the outcomes of other games. I'm taking the Patriots.
Repeat after me, kids. Win or tie, clinch a first round bye. Win or tie, clinch a first round bye. That's what the Patriots are looking at. They're going to win this game easily.
Easily.
Luke, Dolphins, Stewart or Tim, basically. Luke, Dolphins.
Tim, since he's not here.
There we go. Chicago
Enjoy
Bears
your last show.
at the Minnesota Vikings. And
Yeah, we're going to take down those Vikings, us Bears. We will crush these puny Vikings with our teeth.
Okay, Luke has made
Luke
his
went
pick,
first.
so he's got the Bears. I'm going to rant for 1 second. Has there ever been a quarterback less clutch than Kirk Cousins? I mean,
No.
honest to God, we have a shot at the division on Monday Night Football, and he just keeps losing against teams with winning records. He's setting records for the most consecutive losses on Monday night. He's
Really?
never won on a Monday night. He's 0 for 9 or 0 for 10. I think it's 0 for 9 right now.
And every
on a
time I
Monday
see him,
night.
he's looking up at the replay board going, oh, what happened there?
He is
What did I do?
He is the least
Terrible.
clutch quarterback I've
Horrible.
ever seen. If he takes us and wins the Super Bowl, I'll still consider him the least clutch quarterback I've ever seen. But he will beat the Bears, who are playing for nothing this time. Vikings are too. They're locked into the 6th spot because of last week. So I'm taking my Vikes.
Yeah, I'm taking the Vikings strictly over. They're the better team. They're at home. The Bears are going to pack it up. Probably move on from Trubisky this year, and we'll see what happens. Vikings.
Yeah, that's an interesting. They're in a conundrum because he makes some amazing throws and then misses some really easy throws. So I don't know what you do with that. Hopefully you can coach him up over the offseason.
There you move on.
Chargers at Chiefs. Chiefs are going to win. Chargers get relegated to the minor leagues, as far as I can tell. Stu?
If by some miracle the Patriots lose, the Chiefs can get the bye here, so they're going to be playing hard. Chargers are just trying to get back to Mexico or wherever they're from and call it a day.
Well, no,
so
from Los Angeles.
let's go with the
idiot.
Chiefs.
All right, Luke.
Idiot, you're off the show.
You're off the show.
No,
I'm not.
Chargers or Chiefs?
Chargers.
Idiot.
Big mistake, idiot.
Stop.
Honest to God, a couple times I've caught some Chargers games. It's embarrassing. The other team has the stadium packed, but the stadium isn't even packed. The other team has the majority in the stadium, but there are empty seats everywhere.
Yeah.
That move has been a huge nightmare. Jets at Bills. Bills blew it against New England, but they will have an easy win here. The Jets are done for the season. Gaze may actually hang in there. People are talking very well about him right now. Darnold's playing well enough to give hope, but probably not well enough to give playoff wins. So I'm going Bills.
Well, there's already talk of Bell and Jamison Crowder leaving.
Bell wants out.
Yeah, and is it Jamison Crowder? What's his name?
They'll get Herndon back at tight end, and that guy Griffin has come through for them a little bit for the Jets. So there's hope in Jets land, but not this week against the Bills.
Yeah, the Bills won by 1 in September. They need the game to continue to be in the playoff picture. I don't think they can drop out.
No, I don't think so.
But I think they may be able to move up a seat. I'm not sure. Needless to say, they're in Buffalo. They're going to win.
Luke, Jets or Bills?
Bills.
Okay, good pick. Green Bay at the Lions. Green Bay, it's really weird to watch them morph into a defensive team with a good running attack and just enough Aaron Rodgers, to get them through, to Devontae Adams, and that's all they got. But they have won the division. They can. The NFC is amazing because there's 3 top teams still battling it out. You would think they would be locked in by now, but they're not. Green Bay needs to win this game, and they will easily.
Yeah, if they win the game, they get the second place in the bye. I am taking the Packers by a lot.
Luke, Packers or Lions?
Lions.
Here's an interesting question for you, Stu. What if you're the Lions? Do you move on from Matt Stafford at this point?
Absolutely.
Just that clearly.
Although I saw a really neat clip of him, a young father had passed away, and he and his wife had delivered Christmas gifts to the 2 children. It was just heartwarming. That's the stuff I want to see more than, the Antonio Brown stuff. So good job, Matt. See you wherever you are next year. He'd be a good guy to go in between someone who needs a quarterback, but they're not going to be close to getting one next year.
Yeah, you get him on the right team, and he's dangerous. I mean, I think it is time for Detroit to move on from him. I think he's done everything you could to make that a respectable
They
franchise.
never really built around him.
And they never quite got there.
Yeah.
Saints at Panthers. Speaking of Antonio Brown, he is evidently trying out with the Saints right now, which, if it weren't for character issues, would be a perfect fit. I mean, if you're just going on production, can you imagine him and Michael Thomas?
No.
200
Thomas
catches
unstoppable.
between them and giving Thomas less double coverage because you got to worry about Brown. So I get why the Saints are bringing him in, but I don't think it'll work out. I do think that the Saints are going to whoop them here because they need this. Like I said, with the NFC, they still got a shot. So Packers and 49ers lose, Saints win,
so
they
the
move up.
Pack and Niners lost. The Saints could be the number 1 seed.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
Yeah. So Saints win this game pretty easily.
Even if just the Packers lose, the Saints could get the number 2 seed and the bye, and that would be huge.
Oh, yeah.
If that flipped and the Packers were on the road, I think that's a better situation for New Orleans. I think they win here, but I think they're not going to get the number 2 seed at all.
Luke, Saints or Panthers?
Saints.
Good man. Even though we'll be down in Panther country pretty soon.
Yeah.
Falcons at Bucks. Coach Quinn and the GM Dimitroff are said to get another shot for the Falcons.
Unbelievable.
They go on that late season meaningless run and you save your job. And which is what a lot of coaches right now are looking at.
Yeah.
Like, they go, oh, it's a meaningless game. It ain't meaningless to Freddie Kitchens. It ain't meaningless
Right.
to Pat Shermer. It ain't meaningless to Adam Gase. I guess it's meaningless to Jason Garrett because he's a dead man walking.
Oh, yes.
But I like the Falcons here in what should be about a 59 to 58 game.
Yeah, Winston, how many more interceptions is he going to throw in this game? I'm all over the Falcons on this just for fun.
Luke, Falcons or Bucks?
Falcons.
Good choice. Eagles at Giants. Division on the line. Is he Carson Wentz? Is he Carson Clutch? Is he Carson Choke?
Daly.
If you're the freaking is he Carson from Queer Eye from the Straight Guys for the Straight Guy?
Don't know what that is.
Don't you remember that?
I mean, I know it was a show. but-
Weird grooming show. Anyway, I was trying to think of another famous Carson. Is he
Johnny.
Johnny Carson? There you go. Is he Chris Carson? The Eagles took control of their destiny last week. They're not going to give it up to the Giants. Giants are playing better, and there's talk about keeping Shermer around and that sort of thing. They will play hard. Barkley appears to be healthy again. But if the Eagles aren't motivated enough to win this game, then they're in a lot of trouble going forward.
Yeah, and you know what? No one from the NFC should even be in the conversation for the
They shouldn't
playoffs.
even be allowed.
They're going to be 8-8 at the end of the day here. The Eagles need to win. Giants are who the Giants are. Love to see Manning get in there one more time, throw one more pass at the end of the game.
That would be classy, actually, now that you say that.
Yeah.
He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't want to do
No,
it.
he wouldn't.
But it would be nice to be able to go in and throw one last pass.
Yeah, Eagles.
There you go. Luke, Eagles or Giants?
Eagles for Harry.
All right. Titans at Texans. And this one actually means something. This is the best game of the week.
Yeah.
I would like to see the Titans pull this out. They're in a win and they're in position. Texans, it's seeding, I believe, but I'm going to go.
No, Texans are locked in.
Oh, they're locked.
Yep.
Okay, then I'm definitely going Titans.
Yeah. I'm taking the Titans, and get this. My daughter is in the championship for fantasy football, and her quarterback is Ryan Tannehill.
Wow.
You would never, ever expect to say that ever in fantasy football, that Ryan Tannehill, your championship rides on Ryan Tannehill.
Who went down so Ryan Tannehill got that spot? Because she didn't start the season with Ryan Tannehill, did she?
Oh, no, she was flipping between Tannehill and Watson.
Wow.
Well, Watson may not play, so she's going with Tannehill. And I'm also taking the Titans because they need to win to get in, and they will.
Well, it's really going to burn her if Watson plays and keeps Tannehill
I
on the
know.
bench. How much scratch?
Oh, no, it's for fun.
Oh, it's funsies. Okay. Luke, Titans or Texans?
Titans, because instead of talking about football, we should be talking about a sport I came up with called chair kicking.
Yes, he's good at chair kicking.
Yeah, he's
so
going to get
close to you
his
guys.
head kicked.
Speaking
soon.
of the Titans, Herman Boone from the Titans is his funeral
Yeah.
is tomorrow, I believe. But you know, a man. When you talk about football history and you talk about Disney movies,
You can stop.
you got to talk. Remember the Titans. Sorry, is he bothering you?
Not anymore.
I'll kill him.
No, don't kill me.
So there you go. That was my Titans thing. Where are we? We're at Washington against the Cowboys. Yeah, we did that as an opening once, as opposed to the Smiths which I did today. Cowboys to keep hope alive. You know, Washington has nothing to play for. They're just looking at Chase Young and going like, all right, we're going to have a defensive line that can really get after people next year. Dwayne Haskins is going to have some experience under his belt. Maybe we can mean something. Maybe they'll get Jamison Crowder back.
Who knows?
So I am going Cowboys.
Who's the jet receiver I'm trying to think of? There's a Crowder, right?
Yeah, Jamison Crowder.
Oh, it is. Okay. Yeah, I just want to see Jerry Jones' head explode if they lose, and they're not going to lose here, but they're not going to playoffs because they need the Eagles to lose. That just isn't going to happen. So I am taking the Cowboys to win and then go home and fire Jason Garrett.
Can't you picture Jerry Jones like if they do lose? Let's say the Eagles lose and the Cowboys lose. Can't you picture Jerry Jones running with like a 10-gallon hat and two six shooters like Yosemite Sam chasing Jason Garrett?
Nabbit Garrett.
Garrett, you can run, but you can't hide. Luke, Washington or the Cowboys?
Both, because it seems like a real, authentic Wild West battle.
Yeah, but you got to make a pick, dude.
All right, I'm taking the racist Redskins.
All right. Steelers at the Ravens, and the Ravens are locked in. They've got the bye. They've got home field advantage throughout, so they're going to be very, very cautious. I mean, you do
think
not.
they will?
I would. I mean, are you going to? You're going to send Lamar
Oh,
Jackson?
I would, but
on-
I've seen coaches leave guys in for no apparent reason.
Yeah,
in
Gronk-
a meaningless game.
Gronk getting injured on special teams was one.
Ugh.
Wasn't that an extra point?
Yes.
It would be, I get the theory like, oh, we want to keep rolling and blah, blah, blah. But when you've got Lamar Jackson as the centerpiece of your offense, you don't want some linebacker putting his head through his sternum on the, you know, a meaningless third down play.
And Griffin can run the offense enough to mirror what Jackson does. He's certainly not Jackson, but they should just run the ball all day long against Pittsburgh.
It would be backups and handoffs if I were the Ravens.
Yep.
It would be handoffs to backups. So I am going to take the Steelers to win this one.
I'm taking the Ravens because I think even their backups can beat this team. You know, they don't need the win, but I don't think it's a good idea to lose on purpose in the last game because I think psychologically it does stymie the progression in the playoffs because then they're going to have a week off in between, so it's going to be 2 weeks before they play again.
I get the theory, but when you have, like, remember the Eagles with Randall Cunningham? As soon as Bryce Pop went jumping over the line and landed on Cunningham's knee, like, their season was gone.
Yeah.
There are very few teams that are as reliant on one player. The Chiefs with Mahomes, the Ravens with Lamar Jackson,
Patriots with Brady.
Patriots with
I'm gonna
Brady.
sneeze, excuse me.
You know, if Aaron Rodgers goes down, does anybody really believe that the Packers have a chance?
Thought you
Yes,
got
I
for up there
I mean-
for a second. Because you drinking too much beer there, Stu.
I don't drink beer.
The Cowboys with Dak
Whatever.
Prescott, I mean, or Ezekiel Elliott, really.
More Ezekiel, I think, than Dak.
But most teams are a conglomerate of a few superstar players. The Ravens really go nowhere without Lamar Jackson. So to risk him for injury when you're locked in, I mean, I'd give him some plays, but I'd be like, make business decisions. You know, do not leave the pocket. Kneel down when necessary.
I would start everybody but him. And like I said, RG3 can go in and run the same kind of offense. I think they're going to win anyway. I don't love Pittsburgh here on the road, and I think Baltimore wants to win.
But you don't want to lose Ingram. You don't want to lose Andrews. Those are the other two
Yeah.
key players for
And
them.
Pittsburgh is going to be head hunting.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is Baltimore-Pittsburgh game too. So those still are
They
pretty
get ugly.
vicious.
Yeah.
Luke, Pittsburgh Steelers, Baltimore Ravens. Who do you like?
Steelers, because oddly enough, they have a really colorful logo, considering steel isn't very colorful.
He has a point.
You do have a point.
Colts at Jaguars. Meaningless game unless you happen to be one of the two starting quarterbacks and want to be a starting quarterback in 2020.
Actually, Colts have a really ridiculously outside chance.
Yeah, they have one of those. If the Raiders win and the Saints lose,
Is this a
and
4:00 game? I
Stewart's
wonder?
head explodes. I believe it is a 4.
Then it could be their fate could be sealed already by then.
Their fate is pretty well sealed in that
Yeah.
they need help from like 3 other teams to make it in
I think
there.
it's more.
So I'm taking the Jags.
I am taking the Colts because now it's a 4:00 game. I don't know. Yeah, I hate the Jags this year. Terrible. Colts.
Okay, Luke, Jags or Colts?
Colts. And now that I think about it, Tim's not here because he got arrested for smoking
All
weed.
right,
He's not
all right,
here.
enough with Tim
Well,
smoking weed.
Come on, just let me finish.
Nope.
I think the reason why come on, just let me finish.
Finish.
I think the reason why he's not here is because he's in his hot tub hanging with sexy ladies.
I wish I hadn't let him finish. Okay, let's move forward. Raiders, Broncos, Locke and Lindsay. Too much for the sort of wandering around aimlessly Raiders. I like Broncos here pretty easily.
Yeah, too much has to happen for the Raiders. They're sniffing a playoff spot, but literally every team in the league has to lose. Literally,
Yeah.
like 20 ties for them to get in. The Broncos with Locke are trending up. I think they're the better team. Broncos.
Lou, Raiders or Broncos without slandering Tim?
Why is it gotta be about Tim? He's not even here. Alright, whatever, Broncos.
Cardinals at Rams. Stu, you want to start on this one? Because I crossed
The
off
one
both.
I have literally nothing on. No one playing for anything. Rams.
Yeah, no one playing for anything, and I think the Cardinals are going to. They're a younger team with a little more pep in their step.
They might want him more.
They've been a surprising team in the number of wins they've gotten. The Rams have been a surprising disappointment, so I think the Cardinals may want it a little bit more. I'm going Cardinals.
Okay.
Luke, Cardinals or Rams?
Cardinals, even though I really don't understand how they're supposed to be aggressive. I mean, if you're just laying there and they're pecking at you, I guess they could be. But
You
other
should
than
see
that,
them go
not
after
so
birdseed.
much.
We've got the last game, and it could be an important game depending on what happens early. We've got San Francisco at the Seahawks. And the Seahawks can end up number 1, number 2, number 3, or number 5 seed.
Right.
I can't tell you how they can end up that way.
So the Niners win and they're the number 1 seed.
Yeah, if the Niners win, they're number 1.
Yeah, if the Hawks win, they are the Western champs, and then if the Packs and the Saints lose, they could be the number 1 seed. So this is the all-important game in the NFC for 5 teams, and it's all affected by this game.
Right, but if the Packers and the Saints have already won earlier,
Yeah.
the Seahawks have way less motivation.
Still
They've-
taking them.
Carson injury is huge, so they bring back Marshawn Lynch, and people are acting like he's going to come off of the couch and eating Skittles and smoking weed with,
Smoking weed.
with Tim.
Yeah,
Evidently,
Tim.
Marshawn Lynch
Oh,
and
Tim.
Tim are in a hot tub
Yeah.
full of sexy ladies eating Skittles and smoking weed, and we're sitting
And
here
here we
doing
are.
electric football.
Who's the idiots?
They even brought back Robert Turbo Turbine. But I think San Francisco wins this game. I think San Francisco wants the number 1 seed. I think they want the NFC to come through San Francisco. I think they want revenge from the earlier loss to the Seahawks. I know it's in Seattle, but I am really on the San Francisco. Hold on, I'm going to beat my
What?
child.
No.
I am not on the.
I'm on the San Francisco bandwagon.
I'm not on their gold rush cart. I think Seattle literally is the better team. I know the Carson injury is huge, but I really think that the Seattle Seahawks are the better team of the two. I think the Saints are going to win it all, to be honest with you, in the NFC. But
Do you really?
yeah,
So you're a Saints guy.
I think there's mojo. I think
No feeling that they're too one-dimensional with just shut
No.
down Thomas and you got it?
no, because nobody has, and
That's true.
it's Drew Brees. Not that it's his last season, but he's near the end of his career. He is playing lights out since he returned. I was screaming for Bridgewater at first when he first came back because he had a game or two where he was kind of lame.
Yeah, but you know what was weird with the Bridgewater thing? Bridgewater spent, what was it? He holds on to the ball longer than any other quarterback. They do those advanced metrics. And evidently, Breeze gets rid of it about as fast as any human being ever does. and Bridgewater holds on to it like an extra second. And
Really?
yeah, when you're going up against playoff level defenses, that extra second means you get hit from behind
Right.
and off goes the ball. So you're a Saints guy.
I really believe in them this year. I don't know. San Francisco. As good as their defense is, has been a letdown in several important games, and the Saints have won all the important games.
But they've been a letdown by like I know. I hear
the
you.
wide open guy against the Rams. That was just a pathetic play on the Rams' part, and they should have lost.
If San Francisco had a name quarterback, if let's say it wasn't Garoppolo, let's say it was Matthew Stafford, I would believe in San Francisco 100%. They've got a great defense. They've got a good running game. That kind of thing travels and wins in the playoffs.
And Kittle has become one of my favorite players of all time.
Kittle, and the games they were losing, he was up in the booth like, "Let me out! I want in." So yeah, I'm on the San Francisco bandwagon in the NFC if the Vikings get knocked off, which is bound to happen because Kirk Cousins is the least clutch quarterback ever. This was supposed to be a speedy F, and we're going full length.
Yeah, really.
Woo! Last
why are
game of
we
the
going
year:
full
San
length?
Francisco versus Seattle. Who do you like?
I don't know. I mean, what did I do that was wrong? I was just doing this.
Oh, and it was driving me out of my
Oh,
Well,
mind.
you could have just tuned it out.
We're
anyway.
filming
this
during the day
San
next year.
Francisco. That's electric football. We'd like to thank everybody that's been with us throughout the year and anybody that's subscribed.
Wait, I don't understand. Is
We
this
have-
last show?
It's the last show of the regular season.
Thanks to the
Oh,
Cosmos
I
Club for
see.
letting us take up some space every
Yeah,
week.
God bless the Cosmos Club. We
Yeah.
have an actual cool-looking background here.
Shout out to Andrew Warren, who shouted out to us on his little video. This is Friday. Probably 4 of you are going to see this because it's so damn late. But the holidays. Happy New Year.
Yeah, shout out to AW as long as he doesn't put on that creepy clown mask again. And
That's a mask.
Half Moon Picks, Geo knows. There's a lot of people out here on
NFL
YouTube.
Prognost.
Prog, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Prog Rockers.
Pickers.
Let's go.
See ya.